I change your bum life. You fight me, it's a celebration. When you sign to fight me, it's a celebration. You ring back home, you ring your wife. Baby, we done it. We're rich, baby. Conor McGregor made us rich. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Yo, welcome back to the fifth round. As always, your boy, Steven Moustaris. And I just broke down, kind of my thoughts of, the first couple fights. The Randy Brown, Chaos Williams fight, Shogun Rua, Ovince St. Preux, sleeper, I should say. The snooze fest that was on there. And then, speaking of snooze fest, Chandler's just knockout of Tony Ferguson. Just broke that down a little bit. Not really breaking it down, but kind of I think it's one of the saddest moments in UFC history. Definitely on the short list for just fans in general to see Tony get knocked out like that. But which kind of funny leading into this. I didn't purposely do this, but one of the saddest moments in UFC history, at least for us fans in our time. Man, that co-main event. I mean, I know it's all over the place. I know a lot of people are booing it already and talking shit about it. You heard DC, you heard Joe Rogan, you heard John Anik talking shit about it the entire time. The tweets all night, the broadcasts were tough. Man, Thug Rose Namajunas, which more like I don't even know what her new nickname would be. Hug Rose, Rug Rose. I don't fucking know. Like we're just playing patty cake out here. I don't fucking know. And Carla Esparza, and Before I get into how boring this fight is, the one thing I can say is it's almost not fair to Rose Namajunas in a way, because if this was, let's name it here, if this is like a Claudia Gadeja fight versus Carla Esparza, and these two women throw a snooze fest on like that, all right, I don't think people are as mad. Clearly we're going to be mad, but it's going to be a 3-rounder. And it's going to be earlier. It's probably a prelim. If not, maybe a fight night. Maybe on the main card. But it's not. It'd be something we almost expect. So it wouldn't be as badly judged. I shouldn't say badly judged because that fight was just not even judgeable. I don't know how to explain it. But it sucks for Thug Rose now because we've grown to expect so much from her. She's in the top 10, top 15, especially current fighters with the highlight reels, she really is. Her knockout of Joanna, her knockout of Zhang Weili, her performances left and right versus people like Jessica Andrade and everything. Her comeback win on that, or at least in the rematch, and then her 5-round fights against Joanna and Zhang Weili, and man, she's become super fucking just fan favorite. Highlight reel, everything. And I almost think that's why she kind of didn't get the respect. I don't know how to explain it. Because, let's be real. Carla Esparza also put on a very boring fight. But it's one of the only times in UFC history you can really think of, this is kind of reminds me, I mean, nowhere close because Adesanya and Yoel were at least a little more active. But, that fight, Israel Adesanya, was weird because he kind of did the same thing Thug Rose did. It was like, hey, I got the belt, come get it. And they kind of just stood there. It was very boring from a champion. And then Israel Adesanya gets praised for it. And then Thug Rose, she's getting dogged left and right. I think that's why she lost the fight. If it was any other fighter, it could have went her way because we wouldn't have judged it the same. So, I definitely think it got judged just off of previous performances, so we expected her to come out. I called it all week. I thought this was going to be the Max Holloway performance, versus either T-City or Calvin Kattar, or even Alexander Volkanovski's fight against just the Korean Zombie. I thought it was going to be one of those, oh, this bitch is here to... No, she's not a bitch either. I don't want you guys to take it like that. But seriously, this woman's here, she's she's on top of her game. There's nobody even close to her. I thought it's just sad, man. I don't know how to explain it. Do I agree that Carla Esparza won that fight? No. Do I think she deserves the belt after that performance? No. But I also can't say the same for Thug Rose. But I'm a firm believer that you almost have to be so dominant. Like, if you're not going to finish the champ, knockout, or submission, like, it's got to be so dominant, like RDA versus Showtime Pettis, or, Kamaru Usman versus Woodley. Like, it's got to be one of those, like, holy shit, this person just dominated the fuck out of the champion. Like, they took the belt. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know a lot of people are calling this, almost as boring as the Francis and Daniel, or not Daniel Cormier, but Derrick Lewis fight. And I'd say it's more boring, if we're going to be honest, because at least in that fight, these boys are so heavy, you knew one punch could finish it. So that's kind of, you can be understanding of why they're so hesitant. And even like the Tyron Woodley Wonderboy fight, both of them were pretty boring. I mean, don't get me wrong, they had their highlights. One would get knocked down, somebody would have a good round. At least that would happen. But this one, man, for them, Carla couldn't touch her all night. She couldn't touch Rose even if she wanted to. She could have had a 10-foot pole on her and she wouldn't have been able to touch her. And it's kind of sad she even gets credited for the takedowns because Rose got straight back up. But it's like Rose only being tentative because she's so worried about the takedowns by Carla Esparza. Like, I'm not trying to be mean here, but like, she's not Mackenzie Dern. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not the Tisha Torreses of the world. Like, if she gets you down, she's not gonna, like, I know she's already been choked out by her. I kind of see where she was hesitant, but like, Carla Esparza, we've seen it all over her career. No hate, because good for her, man. She did the job. She's getting married next week. Like, in her life right now, from her perspective, she's on cloud nine. Everything was supposed to happen this way. I just don't think she's that scary, like, for a Thug Rose. Like, I think Thug Rose should have just, we can sit here all day and tell her what she should have done and what she shouldn't have, but I think she's going to learn from this. I don't know if they're going to give her the direct rematch. Like, yeah, I think she deserves it from her career aspect, but like, from what we just seen, I don't think anybody wants to see it. And what's really sad is Jessica Andrade can jump up in there, probably beat Carla Esparza pretty fucking easily. Joanna, Zhang Weili, both of them are probably going to beat the shit out of Carla Esparza. I don't know. That's what I was kind of expecting. I kind of thought, if everybody remembers the Joanna Carla Esparza fight, literally just a fight, I think, after Carla beat Thug Rose. Like, Joanna beat the fucking shit out of her for 4 rounds and finally got the call. And it's kind of what I was expecting out of Thug Rose. And it is kind of upsetting because I am a Thug Rose fan. We all are. And at the same time, she didn't deserve the crypto award or whatever, like the top award for $30K. She definitely didn't. But I will say Carla Esparza deserves a little more heat as well. It's not just on Thug Rose. So it was tough, man. I don't know if I want to fucking see it again. I'm sure this video is more exciting than her. Like, all these videos of us breaking the fight down was more exciting than that fight. And I don't know. I really think Thug Rose dropped the ball. She had a chance to put on a highlight reel performance and just shit the bed. I don't know how to explain it. Everything happens, for a reason. So I know she's a big believer in that. I'll never sit here and talk shit about her. Like, I know this video kind of sounds like it, but I'm just being honest about the fight. Like I said, I just don't know what's next. And it's sad because I don't know if Thug Rose is going to get another chance at Carla Esparza if they don't give her the straight rematch, because Carla's going to lose the belt to whoever she fights next. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being honest here. It's going to be a very short-lived run unless she sits out for a while and kind of soaks it up with the time. But like, her next performance, she's probably going to lose. It's going to either be against Joanna, Zhang Weili, Jessica Andrade, or even Thug Rose again. And this could be Thug Rose's kryptonite, but I just don't see Carla Esparza winning any other fight like that, because no way Jessica Andrade is going to be boring like that. No way Joanna is going to be boring like that. And definitely no fucking way Zhang Weili is going to be boring like that. So, but hey, it's been the 5th round as always. Your boy, Stephen Moustaris. And let's go, baby.